Hey, what's going on everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Earlham Teambuilder Dynasty here on NCAA 14 using that college football revamp, of course. We got a huge game on our hands, man. We come in ranked number 22 in the nation and we go on the road, play against the number 17th ranked team in the nation, the Manchester Spartans. They're 6-2 overall with a 5-0 conference record. We're 6-1 with a 4-0 conference record. They got a really good team, man. B+ overall squad, A- offense, B+ defense. We don't quite stack up with them on paper, but that being said, you know, they may have had some better offensive stats, but we scored more points per game, and our defense has played at a higher level than what this Manchester defense has been able to do so far this season. So and they have a bunch of they have two quarterbacks that are injured, one right guard. So they got a little bit of injury problems that they have to go ahead and deal with. And that being said, this is going to be a very, and I mean very big game on our hands. Let's go ahead and check out the conference standings real quick. The West Division is absolutely stacked. East side, not so much. Nobody on the eastern side of the conference has a winning record in conference play. Meanwhile, over here for us, we have three teams that are currently undefeated. Anderson, who we do play at the very end of the season, us, and then we have Manchester, that's also undefeated as well. So this game's going to be really big. If we can beat Manchester, we can basically go ahead and control our destiny, and we set up a matchup with Anderson towards the end of the season if they're still undefeated in conference play. But yeah, that being said, it is obvious that this game is going to be absolutely huge. So if you're excited for it just like I am, man, make sure you smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you have to be brand new, by the way, if you're enjoying the content here on the channel. With that being said, man, let's go ahead and get to work. Let's go, baby. Let's do it. So nothing like the frozen tundra to go ahead and get things underway here as Manchester, starting with the football, and man, they are showing why they are one of the top teams in the entire country, as Bill Pace just goes right down the middle for us here, man, getting a gain of 41 yards. As they got a 1st and 10 now coming up here to Spartans. We're going to throw it, but they're going to go ahead and run it up the middle of the field once again, and it's another 1st and goal for the Spartans as they continue to quickly move downfield here as Powers tries to run into the end zone and gets it into the end zone. Touchdown, Manchester, and they are going to strike first. And this could be a huge divisional matchup here, as whoever wins this game is going to be able to control their own destiny in our division. Toughest division, I think, in college football. And by the way, if you saw the standings, it's been absolutely insane. But Jakeem Short does make a catch for us here, and we finally get ourselves our very first down of this ball game. We'll see if we can go ahead and try to continue to build off it. As CJ Holman tries to go inside, picks up a few yards. We're going to be leaning on him quite a bit in this ball game here, as we'll go to CJ Holman again, who breaks off one wimpy tackler and moves forward for another gain of 5 yards. And moves the chains for another 1st down, but a few plays later now, facing a 3rd and long. Miami dropping back, looking around, looking for somebody to get it off to, trying to throw it over the middle. Dangerous throw, and it's actually intercepted. We do stop it before they can go ahead and try to get a pick 6 off of us. But it looks like there is going to be a defensive pass interference. So we get balled out for the time being. Let's see if we can take advantage of it here as Miami, looking over the middle, finds Jake Elliott, the preferred walk-on turn custom recruit. Biggest reception of the season for him. Picks up 24 yards. As we now find ourselves in the red zone here. 1st and 10. Miami looking over the middle, trying to get it out to Derek Blue, but just overthrew him just a little bit. And it leads to 2nd and 10 because of it, as Miami in shotgun, going to throw short to Jeremy Sprinkle Jr., who finds forward and nearly picks up that 1st down here as well. Gain of 10. But we got an inch to pick up here. Let's see how we're going to go about it. CJ Holm, we're going to call his name, see if he can move the chains for us here, as he can't move forward. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage here. You absolutely hate to see it. But you know what? Playing against one of the better teams in college football. 4th and 1. Got to go ahead and go for it here. Hand it on to Jesse Green. But the defense wins at the line of scrimmage. Jesse Green cannot find the space. And we turn the football over. You absolutely hate to see it. So Manchester is going to go ahead and take over on downs after what was a really nice and promising drive for the Earlham Quakers overall. But still doesn't change the fact that we're down 7-0. And we need our defense to respond here now. 2nd and 1. Frazier running over the middle. Going to try to pick up some more yards. Caden Doman eventually going to go ahead and bring him down. But Manchester has just been gashing us on offense. Already 80 yards on the ground. Trying to load up the box here. But it looks like even when we load up the box, you know, they're still finding a way to get some yards on us. This could be a very long day for us. A team, by the way, we're usually doing a really good job of holding it down, you know, against one of the better teams in college football when it comes to rush defense. But we do get them to 4th down, so it still remains 7-0 for now. But let's see if we can get some more points on the board. 4th and short, ending our drive a little bit earlier than I want to. But let's see if we can finally get ourselves into the end zone for the very first time today. The 2nd and 1 now coming up. Going to hand it off to CJ Holman, who cuts it up the middle of the field and gets it to about the 45-yard line. Nice cutback by CJ Holman, who does end up picking up the 1st down here. As we got another 1st and 10 coming up. Miami dropping back, looking around. Trying to get it out to CJ Holman, but just not a good pass. You know, we had some guys open, but trying to push it downfield. So just checked it down. As Miami will try to throw over in the middle. Another attempt to take it downfield, but it's going to get interception. And we're not going to even get bailed out by a penalty this time around. Just double coverage. Mickey Brock jumps the route. And it's going to be the first turnover of the day on the Earlham Quakers. So the Manchester Spartans are going to take over at, you know, on our side of the football field. So our guys got a ton of work to do to try to keep it as a one-possession game. But things aren't looking good so far. Bill Pace already getting the guys into field goal range. As that does end the first quarter, we're still only down 7-0. But we got to pick things up on both sides of the ball if we're going to pull the upset on the road. So here we go, man. 2nd and 12, first play of the 2nd quarter. As it's going to be a play action by Tim Frazier, who quickly throws over the middle. Finds Jim Reed, and is going to pick up a gain of 14 yards. His first catch of the ball game. As the Spartans are now in field goal range, now in the red zone. As they'll go to Bill Pace. He's had a big day so far. Cutting it back upfield and picks up 10. Spartans already getting into inside that 10-yard line, setting up a 1st and goal situation. Defense needs to step up here. 1st and goal. Pace on the outside. Deontay McLaurin gets stiff arm into another dimension. And Pace gets it into the end zone once again. 2nd touchdown today for the Spartans. And we're now down 14-0 here. We need to come up with some kind of response, and quickly, and that's not going to help the cause. Derek Blue had himself a big game waiting for him. But because of the drop, it's 2nd and 10. As Miami dropping back, going to go over the right-hand side. He's going to actually cut it upfield. Slides down for a really nice day. Nice thing for him to go ahead and just slide down instead of dive. Sometimes those dives turn into fumble. You know how NCAA 14 is. And knowing how this game has gone so far, the NCAA 14 guys, probably not on our side right now. I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. But we got 3rd and short coming up here. Need to pick up this 1st down. We need points on the board straight up and down. As now, 3rd and 1. Miami throwing over in the middle. Gets it to Adam Hildeford quickly. And does hang on to make the catch for a gain of 9. So the first catch of the day for Adam Hildeford is for a 1st down. Let's see if we can keep it going now. As Miami dropping back. He's going to go ahead and scramble to the right-hand side. Gets out of bounds and avoids the hit as well. Smart run by Miami Ugallier. Forced to his right and was able to turn nothing into something.
As now 2nd and 4. Another blitz by the Spartans as we tried to throw over the middle. Was looking for Jeremy Sprinkle Jr. but could not, locate it well enough, unfortunately. And 3rd and 4 now coming up here as we go ahead. Trying to set up the screen for Jesse Green, who cuts it back inside. Does enough to pick up the first down. And the Earlham Quakers keep this drive going. And this is going to be a big part of our offense here today. Just trying to go ahead and make sure, that we control the time of possession as Adam Hill III takes another shot. But hangs on and makes it the catch. It's a gain of 16. As we find ourselves back in the red zone here. But last time we were down here, we were stuffed on 4th down. Trying to have some better results this time around as Jariah Bond does get us a little bit closer. A little 5-yard catch, his first one of the day. As we got basically 3rd and goal now coming up here. As we're going to try to set up the bubble screen, but it's covered. Miami trying to make something out of nothing, but has to throw the football away. Glad that we at least did not get caught with the intentional grounding, because that was probably could have been called intentional grounding easily. But it's 4th and 6. We do go ahead and kick the field goal, and we will get on the board. As we check out some other scores around the league, as Anderson and Rose-Hulman are actually in a pretty close one themselves. Both teams with really good records. Both of them should get ranked here pretty soon, depending on how that game turns out. But I mean, right now we gotta focus on our game. We're down 14-3. Spartans are trying to march down the field. These last few minutes of the first half is going to be extremely critical here. We need to be able to put it all together. Let's get this back down to a 1-score game. That's what we really need to do, because we don't even get the ball to start the second half. That's the craziest thing. So if they get momentum and ball to start the second half, it could be a long day for us here, as we're fighting for that opportunity to go ahead and go to the conference championship game, as Caden Doman almost gets the sack, but at least forces the incompletion. As we go a couple plays later now, 3rd and 9, and it's a 5-wide set. Fraser dropping back, throw it over the middle to Reed, and it's going to be just short. We're going to force them to 4th down. Let's see what they're going to go ahead and come up with. They're going to settle for the field goal attempt, it looks like, as Justin Burns tries to get the Earlham crowd to get going here. But it looks like these guys are also more than content to go ahead and sit on the ball here for just a little bit. We're going to go ahead, we'll let them do what they need to do. We got 3 timeouts still, because our offense, we can move the ball down in those critical situations. So that's what we're going to trust them to do as we go ahead. See the field goal kicked up. And it is indeed good. So Spartans with a 17-3 lead. It's time for our guys to go ahead and go to work, as Miami dropping back, looking around, trying to throw it over the middle, looking for C.J. Holman. But he was not looking, and it was deflected away by Joshua Reeds. It's now 3rd and 7 coming up. 4 verts being called as Miami scrambling out. Going to go ahead and scramble to the outside. Got some space to work with. And picks up a first down. Also trying to go ahead and get the no-huddle going. Manchester's starting to press up. Let's see if our receivers can go ahead and win the outside here a little bit. We throw downfield. Gets it to Derek Blue. He can't stay in bounds after the catch, but a gain of 28 yards. That is our biggest gain of the day thus far. As now, 1st and 10 again. Miami looking around, going to throw over the middle. Finds Derek Blue once more. And it's another first down for the Earlham Quakers. As that no-huddle's been treating us pretty well here so far. Let's see if we can keep it up here. 1st and 10. Miami looking, going to throw over to Adam Hill III, who has a hard time getting going after he goes ahead and makes the catch, but still a decent little gain for us here at the same time. Let's see if we can get it into the end zone, though. At 2nd and 4, Holman tries to get the first down and does end up doing so. We still got 1 timeout remaining, so we don't necessarily have to rush. As Miami dropping back, looking over the middle, finds Jariah Bond, and he's going to be just shy. Going to be dropped, it looks like, at about the 1-yard line. So 30 seconds left to go here. Let's see if we can punch it in. Miami with the slants. Dropping back, going to throw over the middle. End zone, touchdown, Earlham. And Derek Blue, baby, you absolutely love to see it. And we go into the end of the first half. We're down 17-10. But we're showing that we definitely belong here in this ball game. So let's go ahead and get the second half officially underway now, as we are finding ourselves down 10-17. And they do have the ball to start the second half here as well. So how the first possession for both offenses is going to really play a role in how the rest of this game is going to go, I think. So big drive for us here. We got to make sure our defense goes ahead and sets a tone. But this is not the tone that we want to set whatsoever, as Bill Pace able to gash this up the middle once again. This is a gain of 18. Is now 1st and 10 following the big run. Frazier, he's going to drop back. Gets it to Jim Reed, and he gets crushed by, looks like, Mario Hernandez. He is able to come in there and break up the pass. So at least the 2nd and 10 as Bill Pace. He gets another carry, but Cameron Frost is able to bring him down. And it's for another first down here as well. Already 120 yards off 11 carries. He's been killing it. As Frazier running out to the right-hand side. There was no quarterback spy. He can run a little bit if he has some space and pressure is not getting to him, which for the most part hasn't really gotten to him so far today. He's had a pretty clean pocket to work with, as Bill Pace can run up the gut again for a gain of 12. The Manchester offensive line definitely dominating us for sure. As we cut back to another 1st and 10, Frazier drops back, got some protection, and gets it out to Marcus Gardner, who nearly picks up the first down. But things do definitely get pretty tight down on this side of the field. Can we finish it off? Pace got some space to work with, but goes backwards. Nate Hunt brings him down for a loss of 5 yards. Doing a beautiful job of containing that speed option. And our defense now has some space to work with, as Frazier tries to get into the end zone, but does not have any room available. Manchester gonna have to go ahead and try to settle for another field goal. A quick chip shot in the works for them. We'll see if Manchester can make this field goal and make it a 2-score game. And he will go ahead and do just that. We're now down 20-10. As Manchester will go ahead and kick things off. Justin Burden going to get the kick return. He is a dangerous man. Watch out for him. Justin Burden down the sideline. One man left to beat. He slows him down just enough for the rest of the team to catch up. But a great kick return by Justin Burden. Let's go, baby. 1st and 10 coming up here as we try to capitalize off the great kick return by Justin Burden. Trying to throw over the middle. Nearly caught by Adam Hildeford, but cannot haul it in, unfortunately. So now 2nd and 10 now coming up. Actually 3rd and 6. My apologies. As Miami dropping back on a throw over the middle. Finds Jariah Bond in the end zone. Touchdown, Earlham. Let's go, baby. You love to absolutely see it. And that drive is going to get us right back into this ball game. Only down by a field goal now, as Frazier is going to go ahead, hand it on to Bill Pace. Picks up 5 yards. Bare minimum, man. Let's see if we can go ahead and try to make sure that we hold them to a field goal. Keep it a 1-possession game. You all know the drill. As 3rd and 2 comes up here, Frazier faking the pass, going to throw it short over to Holy Cross, as Deontay McLaurin does end up making a tackle on Bobby Holy Cross. But it's for a first down, unfortunately. As we got 2nd and 9 now coming up. Tight end moving into motion as Frazier drops back, going to throw over the right-hand side. This time finds Leon Cleveland as well. Another throw to the tight end. Josh Brown got a little confused on the play action. And 2nd and 8, Frazier going to go with the speed option. He's got some space down the sideline. Caden Doman can't catch him. And Jim Frazier is going to get into the end zone. And the Spartans will go ahead and respond here as well. Responding with a touchdown of their own to make it a 10-point game. Not to mention, we also go 3 and out on our next possession as well. So lots of work left to be done as Mario Hernandez gets fooled by the corner route, and it's another huge gain downfield. You absolutely hate to see it. The secondary just getting gashed. It seems like everyone's getting gashed. Not our best performance on the defensive side of the football. And it showed on the scoreboard. Still find ourselves down by 10. It's now 2nd and 1. Frazier dropping back the pass, facing some pressure though. Still delivers a great ball out to Eric Gray. That gets him to about the 10-yard line. He's got another 1st and 10. It's a speed option to Bill Page. Nate Hunt can't bring him down, but does force him out of bounds right before hitting that 1st down marker. And with little space available, going to go ahead and try to bring the blitz. Frazier trying to scramble, but look who brings him down. It's Chris Ty. His very first sack of the day, and we needed it big time. So now 3rd and 7 coming up here. Frazier dropping back, looking around, going to try to throw it to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans. What a throw by Jim Frazier. I can't even be mad about it. That was just a phenomenal throw. And that phenomenal throw turns into a touchdown for the Spartans. And now we're in a bad spot. Down by 17. Less than 2 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. It's getting towards a point where we have to go ahead and start scoring quickly. So Miami needs to play flawless for the rest of this game if we want to have any chance in coming back in this ball game. And you'll see the urgency with how we're moving this football downfield. We got 1st and 10. Miami throwing quickly over the middle to Jariah Bond, who manages to pick up 8 yards on the play. As we continue to move downfield this time. Don't want to completely abandon the running game, though. That is something that I want to try to avoid doing. And CJ Holman gets another nice carry up the gut. Manages to pick up 12 yards. He's got 1st and 10 now coming up. Going to try to run a little mesh concept. Is now Miami trying to throw it to Jakeem Short, but it's another interception. Not looking good here. And Jakeem Short was open, don't get me wrong. But that being said, the DB won the one-on-one matchup. And we go into the end of the 3rd quarter in a world of hurt. We're down by 17 points going into the final quarter of play. We need a big one if we want to come back and win this one. So let's go. 4th quarter officially underway. That being said, though, we did get a 3 and out. So that's going to help the cause a little bit. But still, we need to get some points on the board, and we need to get points on the board very quickly. Time is certainly not on our side at this point. As Miami dropping back on a throw over the middle. Finds Adam Hildeford a little bit underthrown, but that might have worked to our advantage a little bit. As we are now at midfield here, trying to get the guys organized. As Miami drops back, looking around, going to try to toss it over the right-hand side, looking for Jakeem Short. But way overthrown that time. And the incompletion leading to a 2nd and 10, but it does stop the clock. As Miami drops back again, trying to throw over the middle this time, was looking for Derek Blue. But another overthrow. And this is what we kind of worry about. Miami is still, you know, he's a better passer than what we've seen in the past. But, you know, that being said, you know, Miami is not the best passer in the world. So, you know, we have to, you know, make sure that he gets into a rhythm here, as we're going to definitely need some of that moving forward as we try to rally back from a 17-point deficit. But, I mean, the 5-yard gains aren't going to be able to really cut it at this point. We're going to have to get a little bit more creative here by calling this little play right here. Jeremy Sprinkle Jr., a little shuffle pass, but Manchester was certainly ready for that. And we got to go for it on 4th down here. Going to call 4 verts. 3 verts on the right-hand side. Miami looking around. Going to chuck it towards the end zone. Caught. Jariah Bond gets it in. Touchdown, Earlham. It's the 3rd passing touchdown of the day for Miami Uiagalelei. Showing some poise as he gets hit from behind as he tossed that football. And we got it back down to a 2-score gain, but looks like Miami got a little bit shaken up on the replay. Hopefully he's going to be okay, because if not, CJ Patton might have to carry us for the rest of the way. But offense did its job, though. Now it's time for the defense to go ahead and do the same. As we have a 5-wide set here on the 2nd and 4. Frazier dropping back. Gets beat deep though and throws it out to Marcus Gardner for a gain of 32. And at this point in the game, we have conservative zones on, so we shouldn't even be getting beat from behind. But, you know, it still is what it is. You know, it's an extremely young football team. That's something that I keep forgetting about, as we are kind of ahead of schedule, you know, in terms of where we currently are at, as we get it now to a 4th and inches. But we'll see if they'll go ahead and go for it. But looks like they're going to choose not to do that. And they might not waste too much time either. Make sure the kicker does remain in rhythm. And he certainly is in rhythm. That is still the case. But still does stay a 2-possession ball game for now. But we need some responses here on the offensive side of the football, as Justin Burden, he's going to try to provide for us here. We got some blocks on the outside. Not as good of a kick return as the first time around, but still gets us across midfield. A first down for Earlham. You absolutely love to see it. So, time to go to work. 3:42 left in the 4th. Miami dropping back. He's going to try to throw it over the right-hand side, looking for Jeremy Sprinkle Jr., but we miss him. Should have thrown a little bit more touch on that ball. It's now 2nd and 10. Going to go ahead and cut it upfield. Almost gets a big gain, but is tripped up from behind. Glad to see Miami Ugalye okay, though. He was a little shaken up at the end of that last drive. As we got 3rd and 5 now coming up. Miami dropping back. Going to throw over to Derek Blue, but well short of the first down marker. We're going to have to go ahead and go for it here once again. We got 2:50 left here. Going to rely on CJ Holman to keep the game going, as CJ makes a nice move just to keep the drive alive. Manchester certainly had it bottled up right there. As we got another 1st and 10. Miami dropping back. He's going to go ahead, throw it to the right-hand side, and gets it out to Jariah Bond. And we get it for another first down. As now 1st and 10 coming up. Miami dropping back. Gonna go ahead, trying to get it over the middle. Gets it to Adam Hill III, who goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Earlham. Let's go, baby. 6-point game. And with 2:33 left in this ball game, we still got a shot at this. As Frazier looking to scramble, but misses a tackler. And Manchester nearly picking up a first down. They will go ahead and use a timeout, as this play is going to be massive here. 3rd and 1, but it's an incompletion. They were trying to set up the screen, but the ball slips out of Jim Frazier's hands. And we still have a chance here to win this ball game. 1:50 left to play. Let's take care of business here, as Derek Blue will get it short. About a gain of 7 yards, give or take, as that is the 6th catch of the day for the sophomore wideout. As now we got 3rd and 5 coming up here. Going to hand it off to CJ Holman, who's got some space right up the middle for a gain of 10. And that does now get us into their side of the field. But we are going to have to come away with a touchdown here. So, drive is going to be big. It's either touchdown or we straight up lose this game. No, you know, straight up and down. You know, field goal not going to help us at this point, as Miami looking around, going to throw over to the right-hand side. Gets it to Derek Blue again, using now lead speed to get us a 20-yard gain. But does get shaken up, though. As now 2nd and 6 coming up here. Going to throw to the right-hand side, where Adam Hill III is, and trucks over a defender in the process. And that leads to 2nd and goal now. 8 seconds left. We got some time off the clock. Miami throwing over to Jake Elliott, who gets it into the end zone. Touchdown, Earlham. Let's freaking go, baby. That could be the dagger right there, as this extra point could go ahead and give us the lead, and Jacob Ramos absolutely nails it. So we got a 1-point lead now, and Manchester basically down to their last play at this point. They're going to try to send a Hail Mary downfield. Frazier Gets the ball off, going downfield. It's a scramble. Incomplete. This game is over. And we finally get over Manchester. First time in this series. We beat these guys by a final score of 38-37. Feels good to go ahead and get ourselves back on top. And the only thing left to do now is go ahead, check out the stats for our guys and what was a huge matchup for this football program.
So we find a way to get that dub, and then on top of that, we have ourselves an ESPN Classic game in the process as well. Way to go out and get the job done, ladies and gentlemen. It feels really good, man. Feels really good to go ahead, and get this win. We had to pull up quite a comeback, man. We outscored them 21-3 in the fourth quarter. Went all the way down the field. Jake Elliott, getting that game-winning touchdown grab, from 5 yards out. And then the defense, they locked up in the fourth quarter. It wasn't their best performance, but they found a way to get the job done when it mattered the most. Checking out the stats for Miami Uiagalelei, and this man right here was in his bag. Miami out here with 329 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 2 picks. He was 29 for 48 on the day. Pretty solid completion percentage, 60%. I love to see that as a passer. For the running game, CJ Holman, had some trouble getting going at first, but we got him warmed up. 18 carries for 80 yards. Miami also had a decent day on the ground as well. 7 carries for 48 yards total. For the receivers, Derek Blue got involved early and often in this one. He only had 1 drop in the entire game. But that being said, he was able to get ahead. He led the day in both catches and in almost in yards as well. 8 catches for 91 yards and a touchdown. Adam Hildeford also looked really good. He had 7 catches for 94 yards. Jariah Bond had multiple touchdown grabs as well. 6 catches, 81 yards, and 2 scores. And then finally, the game-winning touchdown went to Jake Elliott, who ended up, with 2 catches for 29 yards. For the defense, defense had a pretty tough day at the office overall. But like I said earlier, when it mattered the most, got the job done. Now, usually, when your safeties are leading you in tackles, it's not a very good thing that happens for us. And that 37 points that we allowed showed that. But Cameron Frost led the way, had a really nice day as well, 9 tackles. But Justin Byrne probably the best overall game, 8 tackles, 2 TFLs, and a sack. Also ending up getting a sack on the quarterback is Matthew Sands, who had 1 sack, but only 2 tackles. Same thing with Chris Tye. They had the same stat lines. Not much of an impact that our defensive line usually makes, but we still got 3 sacks today. Can't really complain, but we didn't force any turnovers. That's something that we didn't do for the first time in at least a couple of games. But that being said, defense showed out in the fourth quarter and led us to this historic victory here today. Alright, man, so we finally go ahead and do something for the very first time in this dynasty. We beat the Manchester Spartans, and now we gotta go ahead. We gotta look ahead and see who we got next. We play against a solid team in the Rose-Hulman Engineers. They may not be ranked, but this is a rivalry game. Rivalry games always end up being close, no matter what ends up happening. So it's gonna be a really good one. Make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're new. This is John J. Gavin on the mic signing off, but hoping you're all out there having a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.